Okay. And we are live. I'm excited. Okay. I need to tell people that I'm streaming. Just gonna send out a fat at everyone. Oh god. Ah! Okay. I think that's everything.
People who have assisted this.
I got Twitch? No. Okay. I'm getting a little too excited. Okay, there we go. Think. God. This one. Yes. With the makeup, we got the bunny boy.
Uh-huh.
What should his birthday be? It's gonna be an end of the year baby. We got the Weaver.
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
Uh-huh.
Right into it. Imagine if I can't get into Sephiroth, that would suck. No, I need a last name! Yeah, let's keep it traditional. Valentine Solidor. My boy, let's begin. He's so happy. I have actually played before, I just haven't played through the story. I skipped all the cutscenes. So I'm very excited to see what everyone was talking about. There he is. No, I'm sorry. I watched a few of the cutscenes. But for the most part, my boy Clancy was just completely zoned out through the entire thing.
Here. Feel.
Like, I'm pretty sure I even skipped this. I was really bad. Uh-oh.
Hear. Feel. Think.
We got the proper class armor. Okay, so I'm also gonna be reading out all of the dialogue. And now I feel like maybe I shouldn't have started in Limsa. Oi, you're right, lad. You're moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling of the ship got your stomach churning, has it? Don't seem like seasickness now that I look at you. It'll be the ether then, I reckon. Some are more sensitive to the stuff than others, see? And we ain't too far from Vilbrand now, which is chock full of Etherites. No need to fret though, you'll soon get used to it. Tate, hello! Welcome to the chat. Ugh. Might have swell have been bloomin' seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out to the deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Them settlements is still a fair way off, in case you were wondering, seeing as you're awake and all. How's about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't care much for conversation, see? Any road. Brennan's the name, and Pedlin's me trade. It's a really pretty ship. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you're one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Glory. I wanna do things. Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take on them tasks as other folks ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find out everything you need to know about them at the adventuring business in there. Just remember though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, eh? That's a fact. Wah! Ships off the starboard bow. Pirate colours. Pirates. Bloody hells. Have you no sense? Get below. What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship flying the Minson colours. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger all for brains. You can rest easy, friends. We've made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneer's bark will catch this flighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. That was too blatant close. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I'd have lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head up on deck and have us a look, shall we? Oh. Game's struggling. By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa? No. Thought not. But I'll wager there's been some changes since your last visit. Allow a journeyed itinerant to appraise you of the current state of affairs. Limsa prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You never guessed she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Course, most folk ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with, like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sahagan are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the Sea-Dell and Beastmen the locals call fishbacks, case you didn't know. At long last. Land ho! Hi, Alex!
Every day's great at your
Gubby, you followed me! Behold, Limsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of Limlian, the goddess of navigation. Yes, all the octopus.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roiling waves of the Lotamo Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Lominsa.
Okay, so the narrator is the whole way through. I've only ever heard it on the way into Ishgard.
To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer.
No, yucky Limsa, no, it's great. I
Lone yet not alone,
have not
for the
decided
hero's
how long
arrival
ago.
has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Lim Lane.
Different narrator for each expansion.
What realm-shaking
Most it's a
fate
character
has
from
she
the expansion. That's
described
really
in the
cool.
churning waters of this mortal's future?
Land of Cowboys. Oh god, I should close my browser because I'm not using it. And here's where we part ways, son. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, and then it's on to the high road for me. Yeah, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for saving me ass earlier. I see the twins going fast. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage. Till sea swallows all.
I love the, is it an arpeggio or the do 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 do? It reminds me, I played a lot of 12, that's probably my favorite Final Fantasy, and I guess it's just kind of a general theme through a lot of them. It's so pretty. Crystal theme. I have a feeling I need to turn my graphic settings down while I'm streaming. Hey, you there. I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. Ah, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Lim Zilliman's finest to set you on the right path. Hop to it, lad. I ain't got all day. Level up. Ah! Did I just press yes on that? I forgot that defaults to no. That's different. Ah, that would be why. What class am I? I am the Marauder, which turns into warrior. I know. Turn a few of these down a little. See if that helps. I was so close to skipping that, the cutscene. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city, and without a bit of local knowledge, you'll like to get your throat slit in some piston alley. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. It's not far, just head straight down the street and speak with Griffar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Bedaron. He's the proprietor of the wench. He might curse like an ale-son sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along, and may the navigator guide you on your journey. You've begun a quest. Use the duty list. That'll be tutorial stuff. I haven't set up my hotbars, have I? Oh no. I will do that later. We don't need that yet. Welcome to Limsa the Mincer. If you've a mind to visit the Drowning Wench, the crow's lift will take you there. Greetings to you, lad. What'll it be? Ah, but you ain't here for the drink, are you? You've come with a mind to try your hand at adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no sort of shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Baderon, and this is the most hospitable of hostilleries in the Drowning Wench. 'Tis also the home of the Venturers Guild here in Limsa. That's why you've got a desk specially for handling guild business, and why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of a whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Venturers have a knack for finding trouble, you see. Not that they need it in these parts, on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course. But if they're planning anything, you can be sure it is to kill the lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again and you'll see people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them, after everything that's happened? Eorzea took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only thing what got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon. It took our bleeding memories too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way that makes an ounce of sense. That's because, Final Fantasy XIV was a thing before Realm Reborn, right? That's what that's referring to? None of the folks saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. 'Tis all foggy, like recollections from an odd night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear for the future, if they can't rightly recall the past. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's the group of adventurers what laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink, when she was bound for the abyss. The adventurers that helped 5 years ago are the 1.0 players. Nice. Well, I say we remember. Truth is, though we ain't forgotten what they did for us, this goddamn calamity-spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. It won't even let us picture their damn faces. Just like staring at a gull flying in front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare, and that's how every bugger describes it, by the way, give or take the odd gull. It's this what got people calling these heroes the Warriors of Light. If them's is ever gonna put this time of darkness behind it, it's gonna need venturers to outbanish the fear. It's gonna need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them, and that's why any aid we can give to adventurers effort well spent. What say ye, lad? You willing to lend us your strength? Me thanks to ye. Ain't to the navigator and all. I knew she'd steered ye my way for a reason. Dan Floyd did a nice primer of the 1.0 game at the start of his LP of it on Playframe. But listen to me, yetting on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis like time we got your mark in me book. Put your scroll right here. Valentine Solidor, is it? And a fine name it is. Congratulations, you're now an upstanding member of the Venturers Guild. You there, adventurer, you sailed in on the last ferry, did you not? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on the decks mere moments before the incident took place, sending your friends signals, were you? Now hold on a minute there, officer. You've got the wrong bloke. This fine upstanding young gent is me dear departing grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. The lad wouldn't be caught dead fraternising with such unsavoury elements. Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. Aye, you make a good point there, officer. A very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times, me, and two more often than not. Now, sir, what say ye to a tankard of me finest ale afore your return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Mirathor, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying out to be sat on. So kick off those heavy boots, eh? You'll have to excuse these eager bloody yellow jackets. There's been a spate of kidnapping, see, and I ain't got a clue who's behind 'em. Naturally, they've taken to clapping eyes on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means venturers, visitors, and pretty much every bugger else in this town. Don't take it personal, though. Us the Minsons can be an edge-strong bunch of bastards. 'Tis true, but given time will grow on ye. Now, where was I? Oh, aye. Welcome to Limzalaminsa, where the sea's as green as the faces on me patrons after a few too many black belly whiskies. Now take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started with learning you the ways of the city. This concludes the introductory game tutorial. Listen well to the wisdom of Better on 10 Fingers, then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. Better on, a proprietor of the Drowning Wench, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Right then, let's get you off nice and easy with 3 tasks what will help you get used to life here in Limsa. Firstly, if you head down the floor and point your nose to the west, you'll get an eyeful of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. That's an Etherite, a device what can move ye from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an Etherite where you want to go, of course. Have a chat with the yellow jacket on guard down there, and you'll be treated to a lecture on what the workings of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work till you have. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons and armour and all your venturing bits and pieces for sale in the district what lies beyond the Etherite. Don't go throwing your gill around just yet, though, or you'll get fleeced quicker than ye can say. Why's me coin purse so light? Have a word with Swazblade instead. He's the head of the Merchants League, by the way. Give him this old octant, and he'll treat you well. For the last of me helpful hints, I suggest you meet some fellow axe wielders at the Marauders Guild. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for swinging that head split of yours if you join their crew, but I thought at the front desk is the one to get you started. Got all that, lad? Seeing to them 3 tasks will take you on a little jaunt round the city, and help you work out where everything is. Now, I've best be getting on. Run along, eh? Bugger it. There I go sending you off without telling you something crucial. That bloody calamity's made a right mess of me memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale. Any road. While you're out, if you happen to pass any poor sods what look like they might need you out, consider giving their tale a woe a listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interesting opportunities could be lurking out there just waiting for you to stumble on 'em. For example, Nania over yonder's been casting glances at you since you walked in. Why not lend her an ear and see what she has to say, aye? Aye. You like to find yourself running odd errands in the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a man folk can trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards will get more generous. If you've the time, I'd also seek the advice of the smith here and the wench. The lads as bear that title. I have some fine advice for them what are just starting out in the profession, and that, me lad, is how you get to become a legend amongst venturers. Well, would you look at this? A shiny new adventurer. Listen close, lad. I have some information that might just help you put you on the map here in Limsa. I was passing through Bulwark Hall not long ago, and saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been on the black market wares known as dream flowers. Limsa is a busy port, and not all the merchants that blow in across the strait are above board, if you know what I mean. How the plants end up in the mizzenmast, who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Skeynrail, and she'll get you down on the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to Aldskiff at the Octon. Being a worldly captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods. Is my sound balance and everything alright? Like, just checking. Checking in with the chat. Cool. Did I miss one? No. Yes, I am Aldskiff. You have some herbs you wish me to examine. Yes, as you suspected, these are the highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. They are the prime ingredient in the creation of somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sniffer's mind into the sleep of death. Forgive me, I could not resist the jest. These herbs are not more than Elthic lavender, a common enough export from Limsa. In fact, these probably spilled from crates that were loaded onto my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, son. But not to worry, you've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. Another novice adventurer, Aye, Beteron has sent more than a few of your kind this way of late. I am Sundermill, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Etherites are crystalline structures that tap into the ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Etherites and the connection to the flow of ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Etherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Etherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. A fine day to you, sir. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from ogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo, but recently arrived at the docks. You bear a gift from Bateron. Whatever could it? Ah, my octant! By the Navigator. I must have left it behind in the wench, along with a week's pay and several bells' worth of intoxicated memories. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship's captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid, and what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant? If it is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, you need look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each gil you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that Hawker's Alley boasts stores specializing in the tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are the bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. Thank you. Gotta touch all the crystals. All of them. Do, 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 do. Ah, there you go. I'd forgotten how to zoom out. How to zoom out. Here's the plaza from above. I really like Limser. I think it just has a really cool design to it. That's fine. all the mail. Just fill up my inventory. I've missed auto run. This is so nice. Let's get the Etherite over here. Do you guys prefer Bluetooth or Ethernet? Hello there, adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild, are ye? Any axe worth swinging needs two hands on the aft, and as a blade, what can make short work of a galley's mast. That's the kind of weapon our members train to use with deceptive swiftness and all too predictable force. Are you interested in hearing more, lad? Then why don't I give you the short version of the guild's founding history, and we can go from there. It all started with ships, you see. What have ships got to do with axes, ye ask? Well, building 'em would be a pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul of storm or worse, it makes sense for the crew's carpenter to carry an axe on board. Aye, it all started with shipbuilding and ship repair. What, am I boring you? As I was saying, any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe was perfect for hooking yourself over the rail of an enemy vessel, letting loose in a whirl of steel, and generally laying waste to all about ye. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapon of choice, so did the bloody art of the Marauder begin to take shape, especially among pirates, where strength and skill decided your place in the world. With an eye to assemble crews of battle-ready raiders, the pirates started teaching the proper way to wield a chop and blade to their new recruits, and that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. But once the Galadian Accord was signed to unite the Maelstrom and the pirates against Limsa's enemies, the whole game changed. The Accord herself was a dismal failure, of course, but the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, restructured, and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teaching of axe fighting. The members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors what sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. If mastering the axe is your art's desire, then you'll find no better arena in which to practice your swings. Think it over, then let me know if you fancy joining our ranks. I have a feeling I'll be seeing more of you soon, lad. You've decided to swing an axe with the Marauders, then? Alright then, all that needs doing now is to speak with the axe master himself. Sounds simple? I've seen folks slink out of the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Warren Zone's his name. put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye when you talk to him, lad. Good fortune to ye. Yes, I am Wernzoan. Axe-master they call me. Not the most imaginative of titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfight our adversaries, we seek to overwhelm them. A Marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Blauthalter, but once more shall I challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits an initiate of the Marauders Guild? Yes. Very well. Your name. Attend me well then, Valentine. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the Marauder is jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will oftentimes be your own. You stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straightway into combat, as befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and slay the bleating, scurrying, and crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Limsiliminsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats, and little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries to this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature have fallen to your blade. Are we allowed to leave? We are. Okay. Okay, I might have to change my settings a little bit again. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Are there even lamps on this side of the city? Hoping it's not just an internet thing. Ah, there ye are, Valentine. Enjoy your jaunt round the city, did ye? If you mean to base yourself in limbs of the Mincer, that won't be the last time you'll visit them 3 places. And now you've got some idea what's where, you can start exploring the rest of the town. You've shown a good ear for listening, lad. Stick with old Batteron and you'll go far. Still in them, are you, Valentine? How'd you fancy a trip outside of the city walls? I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Staleworm, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that, and has been trying to bring back bit of life to the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. You mentioned needing another hand or two, and your name sprang to mind. I gave you glowing recommendations, so make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? The place ain't hard to find, just take the Zephyr Gate out of the city, and follow the road northeast. Yeah, okay. For this one, I'm on the new data center materia on the server Sephiroth, but my main is on, I think it's Crystal. I have forgotten the name of it, but the data center is Crystal. That's on the American one, I'm pretty sure. Assuming you're not going right away, I can check after the stream. Ah, you must be the adventurer Baderon promised to send along. Valentine Solidor, wasn't it? You honoured his word, so that's a good start. I'm Stalewern, the old bastard, as Baderon likely described me, and this here is my humble orchard. A good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ these scrags, well, they used to crew my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our ship like it did so many others. And I was sore wounded into the bargain. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Merlwerb's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers work in the fields seemed too fine an offer to refuse. Hell yeah, we can do stuff together. Well, it turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took to tending the soil, you see. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train him have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Give me the boots. The boots that I used for half of my skin starting out. Woo! Yeah, mismatched armor, let's go! Well, I knew that would happen eventually. To be eligible for tasks from Stalewern, you must first assemble a respectable set of equipment. Equip your head, body, hands and legs, and feet with gear of item level 5 or above, and present yourself to Stalewern for inspection. No, lad, I fear I can't give you work looking like that. It's not about just handling yourself in combat. You want to dress in a way as to terrorize your foes, causing them to regret challenging you in the first place. You are returned to me a different man. Already your face shows a harder cast, a realization of the slaughter of which you are capable. But there is much training to be done before you will wield the axe to its fullest potential. Learn well your lessons, build your strength, and make of each swing an instinctive act. You shall have this hunting log to aid you in that endeavor. Its pages are marked with opponents suitable for honing your skills. There are, of course, myriad methods by which you might improve your techniques, but when the way forward is not readily apparent, the log provides a reliable source of challenges. Every blow of your weapon will clear another step towards the mastery of the Marauder way. Implacable, relentless. Such must be your momentum on both the practice grounds and the battlefield. Valentine, you approach me with the Marauder's strides, determined, unswerving, and bereft of the hesitation that marked our first meeting. I am pleased. The time has come for you to develop. The time has come for you to begin a new stage in your training. Where did I get developed from? Now, what sets the axe aside from the gladius or the dagger? It is the raw, unstoppable destruction wrought by its thick, heavy blade. And that overwhelming power can only be properly directed by extraordinary physical strength. Thus, we come to the core of this day's lesson. Such strength as a Marauder must possess is developed through a traditional method passed down through the generations of the guild, a method that you too shall be taught to employ. Present yourself to Bronbar in the practice area downstairs, and he shall instruct you further. The Axe-Master told me ye'd be on your way. Me name's Bronbar. Good it is to meet a new Marauder. Now, we axe-wielders build strength and control by splitting boulders. That's right. Our traditional method involves smashing a rock with your axe. But you can't just use any old swing. You need to hit the rock just so. Rockgime, a fellow Marauder, is waiting just outside the Zephyr Gate, by the bridge over the Rogue River. She'll tell ye how it's done. What do I want to do? Just getting some progress for my hunting log while I'm here. Greetings, lad. Ready to split some stone, are ye? I have 3 nice hard rocks for ye to build up a sweat on. Don't try nothing fancy now, just hit him with a good solid heavy swing. Okay. I will have fun with the cute bun boy. That's the way to do it, lad. Now you've got the idea, why don't you have at him a little harder with that heavy swing of yours? Hold nothing back. Shannon, hello. I see those little lizards. Frogs? One of those. I can see you're a natural. Goodbye. I can see you're a natural. Me head's still ringing with the sound of cracking boulders. Take yourself back to Axemaster Wern Zoan and tell him you're ready for something harder. Ba-ba. I always forget about the wall. No. Let me in. Has the training loosened your muscles and focused your mind, Valentine? An urgent request for help has arrived from the Red Rooster Stead, and I have chosen you to respond. It appears a hostile group of megalocrabs has unwittingly elected itself the next test of your prowess. As this is your first outing on official Marauder duty, you shall be accompanied by a veteran conjurer by the name of Sulkwib. She awaits you on the floor below. May devastation follow in your wake. Kenny Crow, I'm pretty sure that's the name of the little like fast food mascot from Final Fantasy 15. I just saw someone walk by with that name. Aye, Valentine, I know who you are. My brother often has me escort his fledgling marauders on their more dangerous tasks. I suppose Wern Zoan expects me to give you the details then. Very well. It seems the farmers need us to clear out a megalocrab nest near the Mourning Widow in Lower Lenosha. I shall trust you to find your own way there. Just don't forget your axe. Looks as if nobody's home. Mayhap they knew we were coming. Aid! I need aid! Please, it's my grandson. Them snippers got him. I told Cigar not to get too close, I told him. Get that weapon ready, Valentine. We need to move, now. Ah, bugger and shite! Get away from me, you bloody great bastard! Just play through the lag. It's fine. Unfortunately, Shannon, I cannot set them on fire. Thank you, mister. I thought I was dead for sure. I can't even play outside no more, what with all these scary monsters about. Me Martin and my da, they were both killed by some nasty bigger not so long ago. An Aurochs, big as a mountain. But I bet you could beat it. I make it pay for what they did to me folks. You take it easy now, son. There's a whole guild full of strapman lads and lasses like Valentine here who'll be glad to do just that. All you need to do is head home with your grandpa. You let us worry about that big nasty bugger. Consider your first duty a success, Valentine. It's time you headed back as well, before when Zoan begins to worry I've left your corpse for the crabs. game's gonna look less pretty, but it might reduce the stutter. The very model of a modern Major General. So, you have shattered the shells of the megalocrabs and saved the life of a child into the bargain. Thus does our violent craft prove its merit. Well done, Valentine. Though no longer a threat to the farmers, you should know that it's unusual for such crabs to be found so near the stead. By all accounts, the creatures were ousted from their usual feeding grounds by a more fierce beast. The beast of which I speak is a known terror in the lands of the Nosha, ever seeking to expand its territory. And that boy's parents were but two of the many victims to fall to its rampages. It is a threat that must be dealt with ere long. Do thoughts of vengeance flit through your mind, Valentine? Nurture those urges, but do not yet act upon them. This monstrosity is far beyond your present skills. If you would answer the lad's cry for revenge, then you must grow stronger. Become the raging behemoth this challenge demands. Oh, that's what I was doing. And my item level is 5, so I can go do that. Do 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 do. Ah. Um. Damn. Let's see what we can scrounge up around here. Orange juice. That doesn't look great. Let's see if I can just turn off those shadows. Let's have a look at you, shall we? Oh, as long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt throwing you to the sharks. Erstwhile buccaneers are an ornery lot. They rage in love for the sea and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength, and by the looks of you, I'd say you have little trouble getting their attention. Ah, Solidor. That aura of confidence tells me that you have not been idle since last we met. I hope I've read you right, for I've a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Good to hear. Then I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abductions. Aye. Citizens have been disappearing from every corner of them Cineminsa, as if plucked from the face of Heidelin, boots and all, by an unseen hand. And what's this got to do with Summerford Farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavoury fellows with azure tattooed faces have been creeping up to the edges of the fields and spying on my yeomen. Now I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that they're the kidnappers of rumour, come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, and their work's suffering for it, which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their old jobs. 'Tis a struggle to get 'em to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate those tattooed thugs for me? Good lad. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look around the Sea Song Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful though, Solidor. I can't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, alright? Okay, I think I'm going to do this quest and the class quest, and I might leave it there for the night. God damn, I can't remember where this is. There. It's right there. I'm blind. Do, 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 do.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die. Thus reads the
Ishtola.
sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not. As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence.
It's a big boy.
Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Phew!
It's Final Fantasy time, baby. We got crystals. We got little light circles.
Hear, feel, think. Crystal Bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. Shine thy light on all creation.
Awake again, are we? Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back. I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion, piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether? I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business. The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
Well, that was nice. Nice little cutscene. Looks like I don't have to voice Ishtola. At least not very often. Solidor. Right glad I am to see you safely returned. My lads were gabbing about here in what sounded like all seven hells breaking loose near the grotto, and I feared I'd sent you to your death. If you were in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you'd risk your life for naught. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? Aye, I'd agree that such a knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a man gobu on you. Gubu. Aye, the pirates have been added to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto, a woman with strange contraption. Ah, Ishtola. She's been in Limsa for a good while now. Her studies of the ether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate pasts. The temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, Solidor. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in far worse state than it is. Just you keep on lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa to the brighter future she deserves. That sea sloth Severin and his lot. Never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Stalewern would like a word, and don't take no for an answer. Okay, I'm gonna go do the class quest first. And I might end the stream after that. Tobin. Nyong. Valentine, I have gathered what information I could concerning the beast that young Sighard bade you slay. The tales name this creature Kujata. Those who have witnessed Kujata in the terrifying flesh also call him the Stampeding Mountain, such as his immense size and bulk. Again, I will not seek to dissuade you from claiming vengeance for the boy's parents. In fact, I encourage it. But to topple this lumbering colossus, you must first become his equal in strength and ferocity. As a single step towards that distant goal, I send you to Blind Iron Mines. We have had word that folk are falling prey to the claws of the local Galagos. It is your task to protect the weak from these unruly creatures. Learn to channel the rage inside you, and let your axe blades sing in righteous slaughter. It's the low in an ocean. Welcome back, Valentine. Your actions have saved many from the needless injury and anguish. But though your efforts are to be commended, there is yet much work to be done. Kujata, the object of your vengeance, has trampled a farmer's wagon as he thundered through the lands of Tiller's Rest. The foodstuffs spilled from the overturned wain have attracted all manner of hungry predators. Without produce for the market, the farmers will surely suffer for coin in this season. Your duty is thus clear. Put down these rapacious scavengers and preserve the cargo. be really cool if they had some of the more, like, interesting and, like, bestial races, like from 12, like the Bengar. The big lizard people. Okay. Fear and delight, all the way through the night, with a little daring do, I fell in love with you. To face Kujata himself, you yet require far more training. But do not despair, Valentine. An ex-master and fellow marauder, this I swear. I will not rest until I have taught you how to wring every last ounce of power from your weapon, until the blade of your axe can slice cleanly through the thickest hide, the most knotted muscle, the densest bone. This menace will fall by your hand. You may find yourself drawn to explore the possibilities offered by other disciplines and guilds. These distractions are inevitable and perhaps necessary, but I urge you to soon return to the path of the Marauder. I do not wish your edge to dull just as you begin to show such potential. Fare you well, Valentine. Okay, and I think that will be it for today's stream. Thank you to everyone who joined me. It was really fun. And I hope to see you again sometime. So, yeah. Bye-bye.